In this video, I'm going to talk about how I think about money. Now, first things first, I want to make it very clear that this is not financial advice. I am not a guru. I'm not going to sell you a get-rich-quick scheme. I'm not going to sell you a course, and I'm not trying to impress anyone. This is just how I think about money, and it has changed my life. I don't think about money the way most people do. Money is stored time. I see it as stored time. It's hours worked, it's energy spent, stress endured, discipline applied. When I spend money carelessly, I'm spending pieces of my life. If you get paid $25 an hour and you buy a shirt for $25, it didn't cost you $25, it cost you an hour of your life, plus tax. And that is why income means nothing without control. Most people focus on earning more, very few focus on needing less, which leads us back to lifestyle inflation. Raise income, raise spending. Upgrade way too early, and now you're trapped, disguised as success. It looks like success, but it's a trap. Income without restraint. You're just running on a faster treadmill is all. I don't spend to feel rich. I don't use money to signal success. No flexing, no status car, no expensive signals. To be honest with you, I'd rather be financially strong than be visually impressive. I value optionality, I value options. Money to me equals more options. The freedom to leave your job, the freedom to say no, the freedom to move and live wherever you choose to and not be tied to one place because your job is in a specific area, the freedom to take a risk, the freedom to drive your kids to school every morning because you don't have a job that tells you you have to clock in at the time they have to go to school. The freedom to take a week vacation without having to request vacation time from a corporation and get permission to take a vacation whenever you want to. The freedom to do whatever you please with the time you have. I don't know about you guys, but I prefer all those options over having nice material possessions that you have to pay for on a monthly basis. I'd rather have the options than have the items. I'd rather have the options than have the clutter. Freedom isn't loud. It's quiet. And delayed gratification is a superpower. It's a superpower that leads to financial freedom. And I've realized something uncomfortable. Most people can't delay pressure. The pressures of dopamine spending, the pressures of emotional purchases, and the pressures of short-term validation from people who don't matter. And restraint compounds. Impulses depreciate. I build systems, not motivation. Although motivation is good, motivation and willpower is like a battery. When you wake up in the morning, you start with so much charge, but through each task, challenge, and anything that you face, that battery gets depleted. Motivation is temporary, but when you set up a system in place that will not allow you to falter, that is where you get great results. There was a study done where they pulled two groups of people and they were brought into a room to fill out these impossible quizzes, impossible puzzles. Might have been a hard math equation or something along those lines. It was a tough challenge. But prior to that, they had one group come into the room and smell fresh baked cookies and were told that they could not eat the cookies and were given radishes to eat. And they were told, all right, you can't eat the cookies, eat these radishes, and come in and do this quiz after. And then the second group, were brought in, and they were allowed to eat the cookies. They smelt the fresh baked cookies, and they were allowed to eat those cookies. And what they discovered was the first group that was not permitted to eat the cookies but smell them only tried to do those impossible puzzles and quizzes for about 8 minutes. After 8 minutes, they were tapped out. They were like, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. While the second group that were allowed to eat the cookies and did not have to use any willpower or motivation to refrain themselves from eating cookies, stayed to do those hard quizzes for 19 minutes. So what that shows is that motivation and willpower is a finite source. You only have so much of it. So do not count on motivation. Although motivation is good, you want to use it as fuel to propel you forward. Do not depend on it, because there will be time where that motivation and willpower is not there, because it is a finite resource. So back to creating systems and automating things. I don't rely on motivation every day. I build systems that make motivation and or discipline automatic. You want to auto invest. You want to pull from your checking account every single month automatically. You want to set your savings on autopilot too. No matter what your paycheck is every 2 weeks, week, month, whatever the case may be, you want to set a certain percentage of that aside, aka pay yourself first, but you want to automate it. The goal is to remove decisions. The less decisions that you have to make and the more they are automated, the better. And you want to track your fixed expenses as well each month and set money aside to get those paid immediately too. Your phone bill doesn't change every month. Your internet bill doesn't change every month. Your car insurance bill doesn't change every month. The gas, utility, the electricity, the water, those fluctuate, yeah. But the ones that don't fluctuate, you want to definitely set money aside for that as well, and or possibly automate the payments of those bills. Remember, the less decision and rambling around you have to do, the better. You want to minimize the decisions. But most importantly, you want to focus on the auto investing. You want to automatically invest every single month or every single paycheck, no matter what, and commit to that number every single time. Whatever the paycheck is, let me do 15%, 20%, 30%, 10%, whatever it is that you can do. Automate it, set it, and forget it. And if you keep doing that over a long period of time, that money will compound, that money will grow, and you will thank yourself for doing that. Now, this isn't advice. It's just reality. Money isn't about looking rich. It's about becoming someone who doesn't panic when life hits them. When they get blindsided by something in life, they can handle it. By the way, 60% of Americans can't afford a $1,000 emergency that hits them. And I don't want that to be any of you folks. I want that number to decrease. Or at the very least, have us represent that 40% that can handle it when life hits us. Multiple people have built over 6 figures thinking this way. Sometimes even more. If this video added value to you in any way, shape, or form, or if this message resonates with you, then please consider subscribing. Thank you all for being here, and I wish you all the success. I wish you all the wealth, and I wish that everyone watching this video will get to where they want to be. I'll see you in the next video.